Hey dipshits, it's Hunter. Just want to remind you that you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at OlderNDumber. That way you can keep up to date on any news we have going on or alerts, all types of different things. But either way, here's the show. Later, dipshits.
Well, no. What is the output? No, because these go to USB, right?
No.
No. Like
You're
these
forgetting
go
about
to
the
USB.
part that goes into the microphone.
No, I'm not. But we get a USB to XLR and we plug the USB end into this.
So you're saying a female USB?
Yeah. So we get the female and we fuck it.
This is the weirdest and dumbest run-up we've ever had.
No, I think it's fine. We're just brainstorming how to make the podcast.
This is what podcasting is like, asshole dipshits.
It's actual fucking hell.
Can we turn off the headphones? Because I'm afraid they're gonna pick
I
up.
really want
They're
them
not
to
picking up.
project into the microphone so that May has to edit the headphones out the entire stream.
All right, we'll figure this out. But
Yeah, we can figure it out. We've made strides here today. How to fuck an XLR adapter.
I don't know, I kind of feel like an idiot sometimes. Although I am an idiot, so it kind of works out.
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a kid?
That's so funny. Last time I heard that, I laughed so hard I fell off my dinosaur. Put that cookie down now!
That is the most real, authentic, hysterical laugh of my entire life because that is not a plan.
What's your record for consecutive questions asked?
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
welcome to another episode of Older and Dumber, the podcast where three dumb friends just try to make it on this planet we call Earth. As always, we have...
You didn't shit.
I know I didn't shit.
It's your bit.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Oh my fucking god.
Damn, bro.
You guys make fun of me every time, so I'm done with it. As always, we have dear friend and cardboard king, financial magician, shop owning, and magic judging at J. Carter Rutt. Carter Ruttle.
Hey, it's me.
Ruttle.
Yo, it's me. It's Carter. How you guys doing? My left, we have Thick Thighs Save Lives. Booba Drewer.
Booba Drewer?
Booba Drewer. It's like it's like a last name.
Booba
Drewer.
Drew
Barrymore.
Boober.
Yeah, Drew
Private
Barrymore.
Eye.
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Boobermore.
We have Joey Schichtel, aka Slutty Maid.
Oh, hello. It's
I don't know.
me.
It's some kind of like orange beer.
Yeah, we are
Cream Wit.
drinking Ithaca Beer Company Orange Cream Wit.
I thought it looked weird.
It's a Carter choice. A fun twist on a Belgian Witbier
Yeah.
brewed with fresh orange zest, dried orange peel, and lactose. So, Sam, stay away from this one.
It doesn't taste bad.
And now, the person who's dead from drinking the orange cream brew with lactose in it, at Voice of Hunter, Hunter Taylor.
That was a very weird taste. It
Doesn't taste bad.
was no, I don't know. It's first sip. Let me go in for the
It's
second. one.
odd.
It's smooth.
Yeah, it is smooth. I like that.
It's okay. I'll drink it. Fine.
Dude, this guy was like, Laser Cat is the best fucking drink I've ever had. This one
It
is
was
like,
Neon Cat, first of all, not Laser Cat.
No, I think it was
I
Laser
think
Cat.
it was Laser Cat. Check the Instagram. He posted
It
that
was
one.
on there.
Pretty sure it's Laser Cat.
All right.
Because Neon Cat is the video on YouTube and they would have gotten copyright strike.
Neon Cat.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Yeah, that's us, guys. What's up? What's going on?
May I can, if you want to edit in a loop of that, me doing Neon Cat, you can do that.
Yeah, just make the whole podcast that, actually.
Sounds like a good idea.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
How's everybody's week been? How's your week been, Hunter?
Starting with me? I get to go first?
That's awesome.
It was okay. Didn't do...
No, you don't have anything to say, Carter?
No, I want to let Hunter do this. He doesn't get much in life.
Normally, one of our bits is to interrupt Hunter during his weekly update.
True.
Yeah.
We're doing it right now.
My week was okay. My week was okay. I didn't do like a crap ton of stuff. I have a funny story. from this week. Actually, it was Thursday.
So
So in the morning, so Thursdays I usually have off and I go to the studio, right?
But you didn't.
I didn't go to the studio this week.
What?
I did have like a meeting
That's why I
later
didn't
on.
ask him if he got cast in anything.
Yeah, I did have a meeting later on that day, but I still I stayed home until then. But anyway, up until then, it's my day off. So, I didn't like get ready for the day. I didn't, shower. I didn't get dressed. It was just me hanging out in my filth.
Naked.
Yes, I was in only my underwear. And I was wearing like when you go to bed, you put on your shit that's like, oh, whatever. This is like my 10-year-old this.
Dude, I don't put anything on when I go to bed. I
This
take
guy's
everything
completely
off.
butt ass naked.
Yeah,
Anyway, so I'm wearing just my underwear, and they're like small underwear or whatever. But anyway, I'm
Tidy whities?
no. They're just like old, like they're underwear
They
that
used
I've
to be
had.
boxer shorts, but now they're tidy white.
No, they've got like rips and holes and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's like just underwear. You're just like, oh, whatever. This is old. I can wear it as pajamas. But anyway, so I'm wearing just my underwear, and I'm in here playing games with you guys. I was in the office playing games with you guys over the internet. Obviously, we weren't in the same room. Anyway, we're playing games, and we like had just gotten off, okay? Because I was getting a
you
call.
were in your underwear.
No, I was getting a call from the store, and they were like, "Oh, this, and this. I can't do a trade for a phone, and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Okay, well, this, and this." And then I start hearing them banging on my door, like just knock, 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 knock. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, all right, guys, I can't really do this over the phone, and I have someone at the door. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna have to call you on Discord, blah blah blah. So I open up Discord and I head to the front door and I'm like, hello, and it's my landlord. And I'm like, hey, I'm not really opening up the door right now. Like, and he also called me like before I could make it to the door. And then it hung up. I couldn't answer the phone. Anyway, I get to the door and I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, can you? I'm like, hey, also, I don't have any clothes on. Just stay back, whatever, what's up? He's like, okay, I put something in front of your door. I need you to dump that in your toilet and blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, man. Yeah, sorry. Sorry I didn't answer your call. I'm actually talking to work right now. And he was like, okay, that's cool. That's fine. He's like, go ahead and just pour that, read the directions, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. Sounds great, man. I'll let you know when it's done. Close the door.
And then he was like, can I subscribe to your OnlyFans? Or what is it?
So
What's up with that?
So I'm taking this septic stuff that I got to pour down the toilet, toilet or whatever. And it dawns on me. I told my landlord I was naked, and then I was busy talking to my work. And all I could think was, what the hell does he think I do for work that I had to be naked for and at home?
OnlyFans.
It had to be OnlyFans. So that was my funny story of the week. It wasn't like anything crazy, but like that was the most exciting thing that happened to me this week, I think. That's about it. I would say.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know if it was cool. How was your week, Carter?
My week was fine. I did
Yeah.
a lot of work. I came home from work and then went to work.
Mhm.
That was my week.
That's it? That's all you did?
Well, I work on the shop a lot this week.
Yeah, he's getting ready for a tournament. Remember, he can play games with us on Monday?
No, that's
right, I
not,
forgot.
That's not work. That's just
you
That's just
hanging out
me.
with your other friends.
yeah. Well,
His better friends.
That's what it is. It's his better
processing
friends.
inventory, getting the logo ready. It's almost done.
Processing inventory is him shuffling his deck.
They did the logo without me. Can you believe that shit?
True.
They did.
I know if I talked to Joey would have been like, "No, I don't got time for that shit."
Logo takes like 5 minutes.
Didn't even ask your best friend. Said you went with some rando.
I didn't even. Okay, so I didn't initiate the logo, so I didn't. We were gonna reach out to multiple artists, and I was gonna reach out to you, and then Ryan reached out to someone, and they
Like it
immediately had
was.
like everything. So I didn't really have the majority say in that. I guess I didn't really have. That wasn't my thing that I was working on. We did inventory, and then I worked for a catering company. a
Catering
day.
company.
Yeah, some random one. It's in Ithaca.
It's an Ithaca. Some
I worked at a
random
wedding
No
thing.
with a
free
bunch of,
advertising. They got to pay for
rich
that
white
shit.
people. Yeah, that was cool. And then I, got it ready for a tournament. That's what I'm doing
You
this
did do that.
weekend. So we'll see
Nice.
what happens there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. How did
Nice.
your week go, Joey?
I worked on some commissions. Catching that up still. The never-ending stack.
Never-ending stack of commissions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I could have squeezed the logo in there, probably. Just saying, but
Probably could have.
I I learned about the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Did
The
you?
EES.
Love that you're. Never mind. Still trying to get that story in there.
No, I really wanted to, like, in the comments ask about the story, and we won't tell it to you. I'm the only one that replies to comments. I'm the only one that makes comments.
I'm the
Joey
only
makes
one that
comments on our own
comments.
videos. Yes, we have good old Shy Sergeant Snoodles in here again.
Crashing the
Hello.
podcast, taking
Hey.
Carter's
crashing
seat.
it.
Yeah, Carter's eating some brisket.
You
He
can
asked
just
for a
you can just
snack,
take
and he's brought a
Carter's
whole
seat,
ass brisket.
honestly.
Yeah, this is not the most comfortable. No, then I would have to stop somewhere. Then I just got that from work. No, I was at Stewart Park. At the park. See, everyone else has their mic propped up, and Carter just freeballs it over here with the.
That's how he wants it. That's how he likes it. I've tried to set up with a boom arm, all these things. You're like, no, just hand it to me. That's all there
If
is.
you guys could stop talking over our guest, that'd be polite.
Am I supposed to be talking? You guys didn't start a conversation.
How was your week?
Oh my
How was
week.
your week?
It was good and bad. Yeah.
Two things.
Two things.
Nice.
We went to a concert on Wednesday, which is fun.
All that on
Yeah.
good old Monday's Snapchat.
Oh, I forgot he had I always forget he has Snapchat.
He just finally got a Snapchat on Carter's birthday.
We both used to have one, and then we just deleted it because we never used it. And now I guess Snapchat's picking up again. Like, I feel like it was kind of dead for a while.
I forgot about Carter's birthday. I guess that is included in this week, huh?
Oh, shit. We already talked about your birthday.
Did we?
Remember? Because we had a show on Sunday.
Oh, we did have a show on Sunday.
Jesus.
Whoops. Because we couldn't record the show on Carter's birthday, which was Friday.
Yes, it is.
Did you get that brisket at a food truck? Or?
Yeah, our food truck.
Oh.
Yep.
Is that just Sam's truck?
What's on it?
It's Sam's truck pulls it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's on it?
It's just brisket and barbecue sauce and coleslaw.
Oh, you fucking lost me at the coleslaw.
Maybe if you had a more mature palate, you could enjoy coleslaw.
Good staying a kid. It's
You
fine.
don't like your mayo cabbage?
Oh, so gross.
Hunter's over here like, if it's not a chicken tender, it's not
There's
for
no
me.
ketchup.
If it's not a chicken tendy, it's not for me. That's a t-shirt for the merch shop.
Exactly. Yeah, so we went to a concert, and I was expecting, I was expecting a slightly older crowd, like, older than,
Tweens.
yeah. So I was expecting, like, anywhere from, like, 25 to like, 40.
A reasonable age for a concert.
No.
What concert was it?
Hailstorm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But they were touring with Pretty Reckless, which is, like, I feel like a younger band, but I guess their sound is more old school. But, like, we were there, and I couldn't afford pit tickets, and they were sold out, so.
Dude,
we
it's
were
the
in a
weirdest
seat.
thing when kids are like at a metal show.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone was like pushing 60, so they didn't have to bring their kids.
Yeah.
They don't need to bring their grandkids, so, But, yeah, so, all the people in the pit were, like, old and not moving. They were, like, they, like, couldn't headbang or they'd break.
Just bobbing.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is such a great time.
Oh my god, I got, like, all dressed up for, like, a concert, and everyone was just wearing, like, a "Don't Tread on Me."
Oh Jesus.
So Hunter
Anyway.
just spent like an hour and a half setting up the mic settings for 3 people, and now we're doing this podcast with 4 people on 3
We'll
mics.
figure it out.
I'm sure it's fine,
can-
but
Me and Carter can just sit next to each other.
That's what I said.
Take turns.
Told you.
Oh wow. You're about to smell his brisket breath. May's gonna be so mad you're like chewing into the mic.
May, you should leave the food sounds.
May, I just want you to know, I'm so thankful for everything you do for this podcast. What do you mean?
Yeah, you always say how much you dislike May and her editing skills.
Listen, if May was still in Ithaca, I feel like we would have been the Robin to my,
That because she's gay.
Gay.
Someone had to pull out the show. Gotta make sure everyone knew. It's funny.
Topics you got, Joey.
Topics. Are we
Get into
already
this.
on topics? Dude, we talked about our weeks so much on the last show that like
Well, we didn't do anything this week.
carried-
It's only been
carried
4
us.
days since we've seen each other.
you remember that time I got in a car accident while I was test driving a car?
I
Wait,
do
what?
remember that. Please tell that story. We were just talking about that with somebody. And we were
Yeah.
like, "Don't say the story."
So,
Yeah, so
we
tell that
got
story.
talking about car accidents. Who had an accident that got us on the subject? Somebody got in a car accident. I was like, oh
it was
yeah,
like
that
like
happens.
Ryan's friend or something. Right?
And I was like, I got into an accident when I was test driving a car one time. So when I was, I don't know, it must have been like
May's
24,
friend.
25. Right, yeah.
May's friend did. Yeah.
We were talking about it on her stream. So I went out with Grandpa Joe to test drive a Jeep. We were driving around and we'd been out for like an hour, and I was like, okay, well, let's take it through the park and go back. And the entrance to the park near where the dealership was a left turn across the 4-lane. And on the other side, there's a curve that comes into the light, so you can't see because it's overgrown.
Mhm.
But anyway, I pull halfway into the intersection. I'm like, oh, looks good. Grandpa Joe says something. We're talking. I'm starting my turn. All of a sudden, pop! Next thing I know, I'm like looking at the ceiling of the Jeep. My seat's broke. I'm like just staring up into space. I look over. He's got blood coming out of his forehead because he bounced his head off the dashboard. We're sitting in the middle of the intersection. We spun that Jeep around maybe 3 times. Like we're facing the other way. Back seat launched out of it. Like the side panels are all popped off, because the roof's come apart on the Jeep, so you can take them off. There's just pieces laying everywhere. Get out of the car. My first reaction, like as I'm staring at the roof of the Jeep, is what the fuck? Slam my seatbelt off, kick the door open, get out. This dude comes stumbling out of his car. He's got coffee all over him from like the neck down to the crotch. His 2 kids are like standing next to his crumpled car that hit us. Jeep is like smashed in the side. We got T-boned.
Dangerous.
Cops come.
Yep.
Everybody's fine. Nobody wants to go to the hospital.
Mm.
Joe's standing there, blood coming out of his forehead. We wind up getting a drive back to the dealership with a tow truck driver. We pull up. The fucking Jeep's on the back of the flatbed, like twisted. Frames destroyed on this thing. It's just total. It's a mess. We come like limping into the dealership. He's still covered in blood. He's like, hey, can we like use the restroom? And we're talking to the guy. Salesman comes like charging up, right? That we had talked to test drive this Jeep. I'm like, oh man, I don't know why. And he's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's just a little body damage. The shop's gonna take it right out. I got another Jeep out front we can get you into today. I think I'm good with 1 test drive for today.
Always be selling. Always be selling.
So no
Gotta
discount?
respect the hustle, you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect the hustle bullshit.
But yeah,
Everything Carter says
that was
now.
the time I got into a car accident while I was test driving a car.
So did you guys end up getting a Jeep?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
No.
Oh,
I mean,
Not
we have
for
one
that.
now, but
definitely not after that.
Traumatized.
What other car accidents? Have you been in a car accident, Shy?
Yeah, but they weren't like bad. They were mostly fender benders.
Oh,
Yeah.
lame. Where's the dangerous almost died stories? You have one, Carter? Looked like you
He's
wanted to
got
say
a
something.
lot of
I've
almost
just
died
been-
stories.
I've just been hit by deer a few times.
The deer.
But-
Imagine the deer like pulling Carter out of the car, just like
Fucking beating
punching
him
him
up.
2 or 3
Well,
times.
okay, so I didn't have my license yet, and I was in the passenger seat of my friend's car. We were driving in Freeville on like a back road or
was
something.
driving in Freeville.
And it was like 2 a.m.
It was like 2 a.m.
It was like 2 a.m. yeah, and we were on our way back from a show that I had gone to, and I was wasted, but he was not, and we were driving, and all of a
Responsible.
sudden this deer just runs straight into the car. It T-boned us. And we get out, and he's just like, what the fuck just happened? I don't understand. I tried to swerve. It just kept running into us. I don't understand. Why is this so fucking stupid? So yeah, this deer just ran. Another time is I was going to work. I take the turn onto Burns Road outside of my apartment. And all of a sudden, driving, and out of nowhere, this baby deer runs in front of my car.
Oh, not the baby.
And just like
That's an
fucking bumps over my right side of my car. And I'm like, drive a little.
Bro, I've seen some deer get fucking demolished. You're like, there's no way, and they're just like, oh,
They just get back up.
stand up and like just hop down
This
the
one
road.
did not get back up.
You got him.
Ooh.
But
Wow, you're a baby here.
yeah, I pulled
Oh
over to
my
the
God.
side. I checked to see if my car was okay. I pushed the side in a little bit.
Walked over,
It
kicked
was
the
fine.
deer.
And then I drove away.
Speaking of deer getting hit, my buddy's dad used to tell this story about how. So he had this really nice like Mustang, right? It was way older. Anyway, and he'd always like drive home on the highway, or not the highway, the like hills and shit. He'd go really fast, blah blah blah. Well, one night he was driving, and this deer came out of nowhere. And when you're going at a very, very fast pace, there's not really stopping. And his rule is always keep going, don't stop. And that should be most people's rules. If something's don't try.
Like the time we
Well,
almost
okay.
died in Virginia.
Yes, don't stop, keep going. He was driving, he was going really fast, and all of a sudden, splat all over the front hood and window of the car. And if you don't know, animals and sometimes people, when you die, will shit themselves. So it smashed into the front of his car
Shit
and
all
just
over it.
shit splattered all over the front end of his car.
I like how Hunter's go-to was his friend when he himself
Had a lot of
is
car
a,
trouble.
is a golf
you know?
cart massacre man.
The golf cart massacre.
Golf carts aren't cars, so I
Golf
wasn't gonna make it.
cart.
I wasn't gonna. So when I was a young man, this is when I lived in North Carolina. We used to live in a gated community where if you weren't 16, you could get a license to drive like other motorized vehicles around the community. And I had a license to be able to drive a golf cart and have that as like my car. And that was kind of like a normal thing. All the kids like had like golf carts or their four-wheelers, dirt bikes, whatever it was. And like, but if you had a golf cart, you could like. Anyway, so
All the other boys are driving their dirt bikes and their ATVs. I want the golf cart, Papa.
see, but if you had a golf cart, you could customize it more. So I had like It's like, bro, bro,
the top off.
you think I'm joking, bro? People would get like
Ground
huge
effects,
rims. They'd get like
hydraulics.
monster truck wheels on their golf carts. And then you get radios with like surround sound and like doors and shit. Like, bro, like you were fucking badass if you like decked out your golf cart. Yes, bro, I'm telling you.
I would get an anime rap on mine.
See, you can do that too. You can do whatever you want. But anyway, so that was the thing, right? So gated community golf carts, okay? So I was going, so I had a buddy coming over to my house, and we were, so to give a little more example, let's see if I can describe a picture here over podcast. So there's this hill, and we used to call it, it literally called the S hill because it fucking curved like an S. It would curve all, it was like a good half a mile stretch. It was all downhill, and at the bottom of it, it hits this kind of decline that, or sorry, it doesn't hit, declines into an incline like instantly.
Ramp.
Yes, like a ramp instantly. Except instead of it just going straight, it also turns to the right at the same time. So imagine going straight down and then you instantly start going up really fast, but you're also turning to the right, okay? I was coming down the opposite way. That means I was turning left and going down and about to hit the S hill going up. There was construction going on. So there's all this gravel, rocks, everything everywhere. So we're flying through, we're going really fast. We're going through really fast on a golf cart.
I mean, if you're going downhill.
Yeah, so we probably were going like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 miles an hour going down it. Anyway, so, but while we're going past where the construction work was, there was two of our friends, and we were just yelling at them. I don't remember what the fuck we were yelling or what we were saying. Right, anything. Like, oh, what's up, pussies, you little bitches? Ah.
Neon League.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Carter playing League. But anyway, we're yelling stuff to our friends, not fucking paying attention, and we hit this gravel, and the golf cart just lost control. It just started sliding to the left, sliding to the right, going all over the place. Next thing you know, the whole golf cart is almost as if it's stepping like a person all the way down the hill. And I'm trying to like counter steer. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Trigger warning, Hunter killed his friend.
So we're going down the hill and I couldn't counter steer us out. Couldn't do it. And right when we hit the bottom, it's about to turn left, I pull it to the left as hard as I can and to the right, blah, blah, blah. But the whole golf cart spins to its side. So going downhill, instead of looking forward like I should, I am looking to the left side, and we are going sideways down the hill, and it just hits, like it just catches, and the whole thing spins, goes all the way up in the air, and I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna land on our heads. Luckily, it like hits the top portion roof, then lands back on its side. I still don't know if this is very good, probably better than the other outcome, but then we slid down the hill on our side for a good like 30, 40 feet. Just all on the gravel. I am in the driver's side, which is the left. It's on the right side that we're sliding down, which is where my friend is. Boom! We hit the bottom. We hit the ditch. Our friends were yelling at her like, "Oh my God, are you guys okay? Oh shit!" We got oncomers coming down, like people in cars, adults coming down the fucking road. Oh my God, are you guys okay? You got in a crash? I'm on the left side, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, Dante, you okay? Let me see if I can crawl out." And I'm trying to crawl out on the left side. I go over the top. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay." I'm like, "Dude, are you all right?" I look back, and Dante's entire leg is under the golf cart. So it scraped all the way down the hill. Just golf cart on top of him. All the way down to the bottom. And he's like, "My leg hurts." And I was like, "Oh my God, we gotta lift up the golf cart." So we run over. Everyone's picking up the golf cart. I mean, one person can probably pick up the golf cart. But we're all over there picking it up. We throw it up and it bounces fucking back up on its wheels. Look down and Dante's still in it and he comes out with it. And he's like, "Oh my God, my leg." Take a look at his leg. It's covered in blood. I mean, just fucking all over it. Scraped on the outside. And all this, and I'm just like, "Oh my God." We fucking we call his parents come, we take him to the hospital, blah blah blah, these things. Okay, it was a fucking gruesome scene. I'm driving home, I'm like, "Oh my God, my fucking dad's gonna be so upset at me that I crashed your car. Stupid little bitch. I'm gonna get in so much trouble." I'm like, "Oh fuck," I call him, I'm like, "Oh Dad, this happened today." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Dante's pretty hurt. And he's like, "What the fuck, man? Hunter, what were you thinking?" I'm like, "I don't know. It was the construction, the gravel. I don't know." All this shit happens, and I fucking get. So my dad was upset, but when I got home, he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Do you know if Dante's?" I'm like, I'm talking. He's saying he's doing okay. Whatever. And fucking Leslie comes home, who was my stepmom. Instant through the door, opens up the door, throws her purse into the living room, and she goes, "Hunter, oh my God, you could have killed that boy," and just fucking goes off on me. I'm like, "Who the fuck are you right now?" So anyway, that was some bullshit. She tells me, come the next day, we go to school, and I'm like,
honestly,
waiting.
If you're a listener, we appreciate you.
No, we don't. Fuck her. Anyway,
Carter and I do.
No, you don't.
Holla at me. Hey baby, how you doing?
Holler at J Carter Ruttle. At the dinner. So we go to school, and everyone is waiting for like Dante to come in. Guys, yeah, it was pretty bad. Blah blah. It's pretty. I'm like telling the story to other kids who weren't there, and like the friends who we yelled at are like, "Oh my God, you guys are so fucking stupid." Yeah, fuck you. I already feel bad, but anyway, so he finally comes in, and the door opens, and you just see two crutches come in, and I'm like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh God, like, Dante doesn't have a leg.
He comes in, and first leg comes in, and then his leg that got hurt. There's like it's not a cast. It wasn't like a huge cast. It basically was only his ankle.
Like an air cast or whatever.
What? So anyway, he comes through, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, are you okay? Let me help you with your stuff." He's like, yeah, grab his stuff. I'm like, "All right, dude, so what happened?" He goes, "All right," and he pulls up his pants, and like, there's like when you slide on gravel, like you catch
Mhm.
yourself with your hands. It's like, oh fuck,
Yeah, it's
that
got
hurts,
the-
and it's raw.
Mhm.
But like by the next day, it's like fine, like it hurts a little bit. So it looked like that, and I'm like, oh dude, your leg's like okay. He's like, well, my leg's okay, but my ankle is pretty fucked up. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, what? Yeah, can you show me? He's like, no,
Oh,
it's got a cast. I'm like,
no.
oh, okay. Do you have like pictures? Like, yeah. Shows me a picture, a fucking hole the size of a 50-cent piece, fucking took his ankle away, like a hole. You know, like the part that's right here that sticks out, gone. Just
That is fucking
just a
disgusting.
fucking
Classic.
50-cent piece hole.
Classic road rash.
Bro, oh my god. I think he sells cars now. I don't know. But yeah.
Be an adventure.
Took an arrow in the knee.
But yeah, that was it. And we stayed friends for a little while, and then I moved, and then not anymore. I'm sure he has regrets.
I bet if like somebody, you know, dug up like an archaeologist 10,000 years in the future, or whatever, dug him up, they would find gravel like in his
true.
body.
This man had a
Little,
hard life of
Little did Hunter
moving
know that
stones.
Dante was actually his in the voice acting world. He played Zuko in
Oh,
the Avatar:
shit.
Last Airbender, and you really just threw away
Dante
the best chance you
Brasco?
had. Exactly.
Threw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just one of my golf cart accidents.
One of.
Yeah, just one of them.
Hi guys, I'm May, and I'm the editor of the Older and Dumber podcast. Do you know what hell I go through each week editing these? Do you know how much shade I throw at the guys for existing? You would if you were sub to our Patreon. Patrons get week early access to all our episodes and also get a sneak peek at my super secret editing notes. Sub today at Older and Dumber. That's Older, the letter N, Dumber on Patreon. See you later, dipshits.
Hey, PSA, don't keep heavy objects like bowling balls in your back seat
Oh my god, Joseph.
Oh, yeah, that's a
or
good
car
call-out.
stereos.
That's
or
a good
bowling
call-out.
balls and car stereos at the same time. Because if you ever like, you know, hit a patch of black ice and fly over a 15-foot cliff and land nose first in your car, only by the grace of God will those objects miss your head and crush your dashboard to the point where it needs to be replaced.
How old were you when this happened?
I was in my early 20s.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
How about that story?
Joey was coming back.
I mean,
from
that's
bowling
it.
night.
Like, I hit some black eye. You know the curve by my house, the S curve?
Oh my god,
just
the
before
one that
you-
I crashed onto?
No, the
Oh, okay.
second one that's closer to my house, just before you turn onto my road.
Oh yeah.
So I was on my way up the hill to go to work, and it was sunny out. Like, it had snowed, but it was sunny out. So that main road was clear. So I took my Jeep out of four-wheel drive, but I hit that corner, and because there's shade there all day from the trees,
It
it
gathered
had
up.
not
Mm-hmm.
dried up. Hit a patch of black ice, and I was like, well, I'm going over the side, right over that cliff that's there. But the snow was like so deep that there was like no damage to my car or anything. Like, it just into the snow.
Except for
The only
bowling
damage
ball.
was on the inside where my fucking bowling ball and car stereo that were in the backseat flew forward and smashed into the dashboard.
Little did anyone know on this listening to this podcast that Joey is a pro bowling.
You know,
Pro
I used
bowler.
to be pretty good back in the
He
day.
was they called him Black Ice for some
And,
reason.
That's actually, that'd be great.
And then I tripped and fell down the lane at Splitsville.
Dude, that
and-
was so funny.
and I never bowled again.
Oh,
That was the
Oh my
end.
god, it was the best. Like it was the type of shit you only see in cartoons. It fucking blew my mind.
They say if you're bad at bowling, that means you're great at sex. So that means
I've come full circle.
come full circle. Like
we
you're
have come full circle.
you're coming full
Come.
circle.
Full circle.
I believe we made that
Um,
joke when you told us your first date was at a bowling. Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled like a 300.
Yeah, no shit. It literally was like the shit out of cartoon. We were at Splitsville, and he goes to throw the ball, and for some reason, like
My
didn't-
shoe caught.
yeah, his shoe
Instead
caught,
of sliding, my shoe just stopped.
just caught, and it's like those times in like I don't know, like Tom and Jerry and shit, where like you don't let go of the ball,
And
you go
takes
with
it,
the
yeah.
ball. Like it was like that. He fucking goes forward, hits the ground, then lets go of the ball, and it just.
Oh, I hope it wasn't too heavy of a ball.
Nah.
Okay.
It was absolutely hysterical.
One thing I
Smash
forgot
my
to tell
hand.
you guys about that story where I went out to bowling for that date is that I the first roll of the night, I was up first, and I rolled a strike. I literally went up, and I was like, all right, fuck yeah. Rolled a strike.
She was like,
And
She was
then
like,
rolled,
I've gotta go.
and then rolled terribly the rest of the
You
night.
really
I was
set her
like-
up for disappointment.
Yeah, I literally rolled terribly the
I
rest
was
of the
like,
night.
oh no, what have I done?
Shit, I gotta go counter.
Just throws gutter balls the rest of the night.
oh man, I can't believe I missed again.
I do have a story related to driving and related to dates.
Okay.
And
are
car
you okay?
accidents?
We didn't get in an accident.
Okay.
Are you okay with possible crimes being on your podcast?
Possible crimes.
Possible crimes. Well, as long as they're just possible.
It's just a
Yeah, if they're
possibility.
possible.
Allegedly,
Allegedly, a
crimes.
crime was committed, but there's no
Um,
proof of said crime.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could be talking out your ass. We don't know. And we know.
So, I was raised super religious. My parents were super religious. There was this tiny church near our house that was basically a cult. I'm not gonna get too deep into the religious trauma.
Usually, it's the big
Um,
churches that are cults,
yeah.
but
Not gonna get too into the religious trauma, but this church fucked me up. And so I was seeing this guy, awful fucking man, complete monster of a man. But he did allegedly commit the hottest crime anyone's ever committed for me.
Hottest. This is just a sex story.
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
a sex story. It's
not
a hot
sex story.
crime. That's
It's a
all.
crime.
It's an alleged
Alleged
hot
sex
crime.
Bank heist.
Um,
Casino heist.
so he was like,
Ski mask how much eyes in the car.
at one point we were talking and I mentioned like, oh, we used to go to this church. I fucking hate it. I hate everyone there. They're god awful. I'm pretty sure they're. And he's like, you want to go borrow someone's car? I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, we can just jack that car right there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he fucking jacks this car, which is a family friend's car. He jacks the car. He drives to the church and he's like, hold on, babe. And we destroy the fucking grounds of this church allegedly.
Listen, allegedly.
We may or may not have destroyed the garden, the lawn, and the gravel driveway doing donuts for hours
Someone
in the middle
else's
of the
car.
fucking
That's
night.
the smart part.
No, churches can afford to fix. So it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
They don't even pay taxes.
Yeah, they don't.
I mean, if you think about it, it was God's plan that
exactly.
garden got
They
messed
needed
up.
they
God
needed the redo. They
allegedly
needed to
spoke to me.
and said, "Do a donut."
That's holy shit.
But yeah, so I didn't even realize how destroyed this lawn was getting until we start to drive away and the tires are just caked in dirt and rocks
Over the
and
ruts,
flowers.
it's like a cornfield.
And I turn around and what was once green grass was may or may not have been a giant dirt pile.
Oh my god. Did you return the car?
Yeah.
Like just put it right back where it was?
Yep.
Except for all
Never
of the
knew.
dirt.
Where'd all this dirt come from?
Somehow nobody noticed that we were missing. Nobody noticed that the car was missing.
We're never caught. But now the pastor of that church who's been waiting, watching.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Yeah, he listens. He's the listener. He's like, I gotcha.
He's just
Sorry, the
stalking
pastor
me. He's like,
who's been watching over Shy this entire time because he's had suspicions, now has his evidence.
he's
that
like,
he
where's
needs.
that queer bitch? Where's she at now?
He saw the picture
The
on your
corn dog, and
last
he's like, I know
episode.
who the fuck
I know
that
this
is.
person.
But yeah, so we ended up driving by the church the next day, and there were tons and tons of cops.
Oh.
It was a crime. It was.
You fucking are! Oh my god! Thank you!
Is that what the preacher was yelling
Oh, he would have if he knew it was
from
me.
the steps? I just assumed
Yeah, it was
he
literally a
assumed it
crime
was
scene.
you.
They taped it off. They took evidence.
Oh my god.
Yep, and I drove by and I'm like, well, if I wasn't going to hell before, I may or may not be going now, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Hunter, are you okay?
No.
What happened?
Carter's go.
Did he snap you with a rubber band?
Yes.
You should take that away from him so he doesn't disturb the podcast anymore. So, here's a question that I thought of last night while I was doom scrolling
Oh no.
at 3 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep because I drank like 14 Monsters yesterday.
Jesus.
That's disgusting.
Why?
because
Your stomach. That's
I was thirsty.
It's all acid in your stomach.
I'm always thirsty. That's what they say about me. Anyway, is there anything that is a phobia for you now that when you were a little kid you were like, that's fucking stupid? For example, I had a friend who when I was young was claustrophobic, and I was like, that's dumb. How can you be scared of small places? And now it's one of the few things that I see that actually turns my stomach. Like, I couldn't watch the first half of The Descent where they're doing like the cave diving stuff without like standing up and turning on the lights in my room. And now, like, so claustrophobia is a very real phobia for me now. When I was a little kid, I was like, oh, that's fucking dumb, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I would agree with the claustrophobia.
Yeah.
Claustrophobia.
And yet, I find myself watching like caving disasters and stuff.
Oh,
all
that
the
shit
time.
is
It's
actually
like,
scary.
Yeah, it's like turns my stomach.
Yeah, it stays with you for a long time.
Where they're like, oh yeah, the only way to get through here is like exhale all the air in your lungs for 5 minutes while you wiggle through these fucking rocks.
There's that one. Everybody knows that one cave. That one spelunking disaster, right? The guy who got stuck.
Yeah, and they tried to dig him out for like 5 days, and he was like, nope, I can't move because there's a rock that fell down in just the right way to wedge me in here permanently, and they just buried him in there.
Yep.
Anyway,
breaking a bone.
I don't really have one. I have like one that I had as a kid, and I don't feel that way anymore. But like,
so you're the opposite.
Yeah. So like as a kid, I had a fear of water, like swimming, where I was like just terrible at it. So like as a kid, I was very skinny, still am, and I just couldn't swim as well.
He's like, hey guys.
No, I just like
everybody in this room's super fat, but I'm extra skinny.
No, I don't. Okay. I'm skinny to the point, like, I hate how skinny I am. I've told you this many times that I'm like dysmorphic over how skinny I am.
Yeah, he does have body dysmorphia. It's like
but like as a kid, I was even skinnier, and like I didn't swim well, and like I always felt like I was drowning, no matter like how well I was swimming or not. So I was just scared of always drowning in places I couldn't stand. So I just like wouldn't. I hated swimming. So like even like going to like summer camp, you know how they're like at the swim test and you're like, oh, you can go on the deep end, like hang out with all the cool kids if you pass the swim test. I would never take the swim. I would never go. I would never even
You're
try.
over in like the little 1 foot kiddie pool and you're like, no, I'm fine.
I'm good. I'll just stand here real quick.
You're standing in it. It's like up to your knees.
True.
No, I'm good.
Good.
This is fine.
Seriously, like that's what my thing is. And now I really like I'm like, oh, I don't really care. Like water. I like swimming now.
I was gonna say breaking bones. That's just like
Yeah,
it's not a phobia, but I'm much more afraid. I'm like, if I break a bone now, it's gonna take longer than when I was a kid.
Right, and it's so expensive. Like
so
when you're a kid, you don't have to worry about it. You're like, oh, I broke my arm. Great, I'm in a cast. Will you sign it?
You're like, I have to take off of work and lose even more money.
No, and it becomes like more of like a thing as you get older too, because your
feel
bones get more brittle.
Yeah.
And
then as it heals, like it's gonna rain and you're gonna feel it, 10 years later.
Like you're a little kid too. You're like, oh, I jumped fucking 15 feet off a roof, and I'm just like, oh, I'm good. Now it's like you step off a curb wrong, and you're like, oh, fuck, for a week.
My fucking 5th metatarsal stepping the wrong way.
Oh, that is true.
I hate clowns.
Oh, I fucking love clowns.
So I guess I don't know. Like as a kid,
that's like my Carter story. Like I used to be afraid.
So as a kid,
I'm all about that clussy boy.
So oh my fucking god. So as a kid, I didn't like clowns. I was like, man, I don't really like clowns. I don't want. But I had never actually seen a clown.
Right.
Like I was like, oh, I hate clowns.
You got
They're
this
scary.
phobia from someone else who was clown. What is the clown?
Like
phobia?
real life, I've never seen a clown. Like I've seen clowns like animation and like maybe on like a TV show, whatever.
Animation.
Yeah.
But like
Hong Kong.
But like a real life clown, I had never actually seen before, right? That was as a kid. Skip forward. I'm going to my first hockey game at the first arena. And lo and behold, a real fucking clown was there. And I fucking went hysterical. Oh my God. I'm fucking walking in with my stepdad and my mom. And I think Will was there. And I just fucking went insane. I was like, oh my fucking God, that's a fucking clown over there. Oh my God, I don't want to go inside. I don't want to go inside. Get away from me. Oh my fucking God. And like, and like my mom is like, what the fuck? Were you stupid? I'm like, it's a fucking clown. What do you mean? And like my stepdad's like, you're afraid of clowns? I'm like, yeah, I don't like clowns. I don't like clowns. They're fucking scary. He's like, it's okay. It's okay. Do you want to meet him? I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking meet him. Why are you not fucking listening to me? I don't fucking want to meet a goddamn clown. He's like, come on, we'll just go say hi. I'm like, no! So he still fucking takes me to where the clown is, and we get closer and closer and closer, and I'm like getting quieter as we get closer to the clown. In the instant, I'm not fucking joking, he's fucking whatever else with other little fucking punk-ass kids who like the clown, whatever. He's fucking building him a Build-A-Bear balloon bullshit. And looks over at me. Eye contact, looks at me, and I straight up ran. Fucking looked me in the eye, and I couldn't book it fast enough. I'm fucking running for the door. I ran so fucking fast. It was the fastest I've probably run in my entire life, actually. Because I used to run a mile in 22 minutes.
Now you can't run a mile in 40 minutes.
Yes, I
40 minutes.
Okay.
Are you still clown phobic?
Yeah, I don't like clowns.
Whatever it's called.
I don't know if I'm like hysterical anymore, but I definitely just don't like I'd be like, you get the fuck.
clowns.
It's more like how I am with like bugs, like get the fuck away from me. And if it tries to touch me, then I start squealing.
I have a collection of like clown figures. I mean, I prefer like Harlequins, but a good clown.
I would prefer Harlequin too.
Harlequin.
Harlequin.
All right, well, everybody, thank you so much for coming for another episode of Older and Dumber. As always, we had Steve Harrington, Thruple Couple, Man of Mystery.
Hey, what's up? It's me. I stole the mic. It's mine now. Thanks for joining us on the Older and Dumber podcast. To my left is our guest, Noodles. Okay. Yeah, Shy.
Hi. Does it pass on to me? Do I do it? Yeah, on my left, we have Mrs. Eddie Munson himself. The Mage of Sleuths.
Ooh, a good one.
The sleuth, the myth, the legend. Joseph.
Hey, thank you everybody for listening. Check me out at Sleuty Mage. You can also find my new Instagram with all my toys and collecting at Sleuty Snaps. Finally, the dirty-minded motherfucker himself, at Voice of Hunter Taylor.
He's really not. He's an innocent little baby.
None of you could hear it, but I creaked my mic all the way across.
We
like
all
the
heard
scared
it.
Shy.
Maze heard the creaking the whole time.
Thank you guys so much. This has been another podcast.
Another
Sword,
podcast?
Carter.
That's what you're saying?
Another episode? Another adventure?
Of?
I've already said the of.
No, you
Another
have not.
episode of Dumber and Older.